From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
Well, the last few mornings we've been dealing with that fog. We saw it again this morning. We could see it again here as we go into tonight and tomorrow. So still areas of early morning and overnight fog. We expect mainly dry conditions. I say mainly dry because there are a few disturbances we got to watch as we do approach Christmas and even go into Christmas Day, which we'll take a closer look at here in a second. Now, I do expect better chances for wet weather and more organized systems pushing through by around the middle of next week, and then off and on rain probably continuing for the end of the year and going into the beginning of 2024. So here's a look at Lake Oroville, North Fore Bay. You can see some of the winds that are blowing. You see a little bit of kind of the wakes in the water there, but the winds aren't all that strong, but just kind of a beautiful picture-perfect day out there. Just a couple of those passing high clouds that we've seen here throughout the morning hours. We take you out to Trinity Center, seeing some of that fog out there. You know, we're certainly socked in with fog in many areas west of the Sacramento Valley, in Trinity County, the low-lying areas in those mountain valleys, the inland valleys as well, seeing that fog too. We'll see some areas kind of dissipate, especially if we can get a little bit of wind to help scour out some of that fog. But I think many of us in Trinity County in particular could be looking at that fog once again here throughout the day. Taking a look at Lassen Park, just a beautiful sight no matter what, right? I mean, just look at that, just a gorgeous sight. Clear skies up at the park here. This is the south entrance. Now, of course, as you know or may not know, the road through the park has been closed for this season. They just can't keep up with all the snow that they see this time of the year. But yeah, still seeing some of that snow out there. There you can see the rain down over Southern California, pushing into Arizona this afternoon. We do have this week disturbance that's passing through, and that's what's responsible for the clouds that we've seen this morning. And of course, some of the light showers and sprinkles that we may see through the afternoon. Here we are, the noon hour for Siskiyou County. Again, you can see just a couple of sprinkles here and there. That may make its way into Modoc County, but really, for the most part, it's a dry day out there today, even for the northern counties like Siskiyou and Modoc. But there you can see as we go into Saturday, it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous start to your weekend. We do expect to see mainly sunny skies here for pretty much everyone, including the coast. And then Sunday, things get a little more interesting. So here's Sunday around noon. Now you'll notice there's a system that is mainly over the Pacific Northwest, and it may clip Northern California. So places along the coast, especially Del Norte County, could see some shower activity midday Sunday, and maybe even parts of western Siskiyou County. And quite honestly, it's not out of the question for some of that to kind of swing down into Humboldt County as well. But as we typically see with these types of systems, and this one's no exception, is that once it hits over the Marble Mountains and the Trinity Alps, it kind of breaks apart. And we most likely won't see much in the way of rain for anyone else as you start heading into central eastern Siskiyou, not to mention the valley, looking at those dry. See how it breaks apart? There's 5 p.m. It's gone. And then the rain stays off to our west. Now, as we go into Christmas Day, let's take a look at the long range here. There you can see Sunday is looking fairly dry. However, as we go into Sunday night, early Christmas morning, so Christmas Eve, then Christmas morning, you see this weak disturbance right here? It could possibly bring a stray sprinkle or a light shower, Del Norte, Humboldt counties, maybe even western parts of Trinity County as well. But then that pretty much dissipates as we go into Christmas afternoon. Now this system, what's interesting as we go into Tuesday, you'll see as I advance this map, some of this energy may break off. And as we go into Monday night and into parts of Tuesday, some of those may bring some light sprinkles and light showers on Tuesday as well. But the main organized system won't be here until Wednesday. So that's what I was saying is mainly dry through Christmas. After Christmas, we're going to begin to see, I don't want to even say the floodgates, but we're going to begin to see the gates open, let's put it that way, for these storm systems to ride on in. Now, this pattern, this trend is something that has been picked up on over the last several weeks. You may have seen it on social media. The problem is a lot of people picked up on this trend and were illustrating and indicating that it would bring us a lot of rainfall and a lot of snow in the mountains. But as of right now, I'm not seeing that. Yes, we could see some decent rainfall and not to mention snow in the mountains at times with these systems. But when you take a look at the long stretch of things, it just doesn't look to be that way. Here you can see a big swirling area of low pressure. That pushes on through toward the end of next week. You can see another storm system right here off to our west. So again, I was talking about the gates opening. We've got this nice flow where one storm after another is kind of headed towards Northern California, and that could bring us more rainfall. Bottom line is the ridge of high pressure we've been dealing with has been kind of preventing a lot of these storms from moving in or materializing. That looks to be moving on out of here and allowing the storms over the Pacific to at least have a chance to move over us. Now, when we look at this, I mean, we're looking at a week from tomorrow, right? This is what we're looking at right here. So the timing, the intensity of all these systems coming on through, that's all going to change. It's something we'll be monitoring here as we take you through next week. Your wave heights, you can see fairly high, especially heading out to sea. There is a small crash advisory through Saturday. As you can see, we're not going to see those wave heights change much over the next 24 hours or so. Here's what it looks like for the rest of the day. Today, plenty of sunshine, mid to maybe even some upper 60s in the valley. Temperatures in the 50s for most of the eastern mountains. Basically, 50 degrees, give or take, for Siskiyou and Modoc County. For Trinity County, low 50s today. And we're really seeing a lot of that fog, by the way, in Trinity County, western Siskiyou County, also the inland valleys of Del Norte and Humboldt counties. Some of that's going to be hard to burn off. We're at that angle of the sun where it's very low, so it's difficult to burn off some of that fog. So it may make for more cloudy skies in some areas than we typically would see. All right, let's take a look at our 7-day outlook, and there you have it. There you can see, of course, Christmas Day, a dancing Christmas tree, making for a very happy Christmas on Monday. Now, as I mentioned, we saw early Monday morning maybe the potential for light shower activity, but I'm keeping it fairly dry for now with the main organized system coming in by Wednesday. Of course, there's that slight chance for both Alturas and Mount Shasta City I went back. I didn't mean to go back. For both Mount Shasta and Alturas here as we take you into the next, and really for today and this afternoon. But see how it's mainly dry, not until Wednesday that we see our next chance for rain. Here's your 7-day outlook for the valley, and dry through Sunday. And then there you can see for your Christmas Day, yeah, it looks like temperatures in the upper 50s, better chances for rain coming in Wednesday of next week. And your 7-day outlook for the North Coast, there's Santa getting stuck in the chimney. Hopefully he can make it all the way through so all the kids can get their presents. But there you can see I have included a chance for showers probably sometime around Sunday night into early Christmas morning. It's not going to be heavy. It won't be enough to really prevent Santa from delivering those gifts on Christmas Eve, but it certainly will be something that may be noticed. You'll probably see the wet roads a little bit here, and that'll be the case for the inland areas, but most likely Weaverville staying dry. Whereas Wednesday, as I mentioned, that's the day that we see better chances for more organized systems passing through.